Today on Suncoast View, two big retailers react to recent gun violence by changing their policies. At what age should we have the right to bear arms? We'll discuss.
Well, they say house guests and fish both smell after 2 days. Well, today we have house guest help and even a way to have a guest wing in your home when you need it.
And you can take those visitors to downtown Bradenton. We'll tell you about a fun and free family event that showcases some very creative kids. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Nikki Logan Kern from Hitchton, honey. Great to see you.
Thanks. It's good to be here, always.
You brought us a publication that I think everybody should get a chance to take a look at. Tell us about the Scout Guide. There are some beautiful things in here.
I know. So the Scout Guide is in 60 cities across the country, and it's really sort of an inside sneak peek of living beautifully and living well. So if you are entering one of these cities that has one of these publications, this is where you can pick it up to see lifestyle businesses, you can see architects, you can see event planners.
Theater, I've seen, it's everything.
The Conservation Foundation is in this publication, but what's so unique to it is the entire book is shot by a single photographer. So in this case, it's Andre Hillenbrand, and she does a beautiful job. So it has the same feel and the same color palette. It is not editorial. They're big, beautiful photographs of the businesses that they represent.
Definitely.
And it's just unlike any publication that I've seen. So,
And some of our favorite people are photographed in there.
I
That picture
know.
that we just saw, there was you.
well,
And a lot of our Suncoast View friends.
I know. Well, what was special about this picture, Susan Doan, who's the editor and the owner of the publication, she wanted to do something fun that sort of represents the Suncoast. And for me, it was really, really important to sort of bring together all the people that make these events happen. So there's brewers, there's myself, who's an event planner, Tracy Freeman from Edible, which I love that they play nicely in the Sandbox, and they were doing some partnerships together, which is great. We have chefs, we have farmers, we have vendors.
I know I see Paul Madison, Steve Phelps is in there, Calusa Brewing, Tracy, how great.
Well, and you'll
we
learn
have
things.
mixologists.
You'll learn things that you didn't know. Like, I didn't know Siesta Key had a private beachfront venue. Like, I could go throw a party at Cottage on the Rocks.
So this is where we just had the launch party.
I didn't know that was
last
there.
weekend, and I'm telling you, this place is unlike any venue.
Wow.
I'm completely obsessed. You can rent the whole property, or you can have maybe just the front, but it's right on Siesta Key. It has a beautiful lawn, and the whole house is mid-century modern, and it is to die for. So
That's
Cottage on the Rocks.
I know. Don't mind us.
We'll be back in an hour.
So people can pick these up, right?
Yes, so at all the businesses that are in the publication, you can pick it up. And then it's spread out all over town. There's thousands that are direct mail, so if you want to subscribe, you can certainly do that online at thescoutguide.com.
And here's the next thing I do. Go to thescoutguide.com, so when you travel, you know to get one of these for where you are going. Because I know I've told Tracy this with Edible. That's the first thing I do when we travel, is to go find an Edible, because then you know where the best restaurants are. But this is everything right
and people
here.
that are really committed to loving and embracing privately owned and operated businesses that are really trying to make a difference in their communities.
We love the local guys.
Yes,
we are all about that.
Me
all
too.
Right, what a fun find. Thanks for teaching us about that.
Yes.
We have a local friend in the kitchen as well. We're going to check in with Chef Mike, and you have meal prep tips for us.
That's right, trying to make life a little easier, put some meals together.
All right, so you're a chef. It's easy for you. How are you able to put together tips that help us?
Well, we, you know, depending on your diets and depending on what you need, we can put all kinds of different things together, but I'm going to just show you some easy ways to make that happen in your life.
Okay, we like easy.
I love that.
So stop eating granola bars as a
Exactly, yes. So protein shakes aren't a meal group? I didn't know that.
I need this because I don't spend a lot of, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. So when I try to prep meals for the week, I end up spending so much time because I don't know what I'm doing that I'm like, this is not making sense to me.
Right.
So
I do lean cuisine every night,
exactly.
so I could really use.
And I eat a pile of lettuce. So.
This will be a step up. Well, wait, but I know Steph's going to jump into something else, but I want to brag on her for a second because she sang the national anthem yesterday at ABC 7 Day at the Orioles.
Thank you. This is a past
really have
life.
a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
She does have a beautiful voice, and we want you to hear it.
For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Yes. Yes, and you know what, Stephanie? This was shared, if you have not gotten a chance to see this yet. This is on our Facebook page. You can go to Suncoast View's Facebook. And a lot of people wrote in that they loved your rendition. They said that you really did it justice. You sang it well, and you didn't, I think this is probably a commentary on Fergie as well. You didn't need to embellish it, so a lot of kudos from our viewers.
Well,
You
thank
showed
you.
respect for
Thank
it.
you. I have learned over the years that that is very, very important to people, and I do the majority of my singing these days at professional sporting events, and as a result, I know that it has to be kept very simple.
And you've done this before. You've sung the national anthem.
You know, I
many
did a little
times.
math last night. It's always frightening when you do that. I've actually done this for over 20 years. Wow. So here's a throwback. The baby, Ryan, is now 14. That is Reagan at age 4. And I was a Cleveland Indians national anthem singer for many, many, many years, numerous times a season. This is one of my favorite memories, though. I'm there as a single mom with these 2 kids, and there was nobody to hold the baby. Like, I turned to go out there with, this is a sound check, right? And there's people everywhere. And I've got the baby in the carrier because I had to get there. When they, you know, they're like, okay, you're going to walk out next. And I turned to hand the baby to somebody, right? Who doesn't want to hold a baby? Nobody. So I sang with the baby strapped on my chest. To this day, my son is mortified.
That's amazing.
So you could still reach those notes.
Well, the worst part was
for breath control.
It was harder for breath control, and I've also learned over the years singing pregnant is very hard for breath control.
Right.
But the shot on the Jumbotron, they zoomed out to get Ryan, and obviously he has very big eyes. He was literally just sitting there looking like a Cabbage Patch doll, eyes bugged out. It did actually make ESPN, which mortified me, you know, because they're like, look what this lady did for the national anthem. I'm like, well, that's what Ryan says. He goes, because he's also an athlete now, and he said, at least I can say I've made ESPN.
How cool.
I know.
Well, you're also supporting the Pirates on Saturday, and you
Yes.
can go to mysuncoast.com for information. You can hear her sing before you support another local.
And it's ABC 7 Day at the Pirates on Saturday, so come on out and join us, say hey, and yep, I will be singing again. So it's nice to go back to that world. I do miss
Do
it.
it the way you did that time.
Okay, I'll try. It's time for our first hot topic, and big news from 2 very big gun retailers. First Stick Sporting Goods and now Walmart have said they will stop selling firearms and ammunition to anyone under 21 years old. They will also stop selling assault-style rifles completely, and Walmart says the assault ban will also include non-lethal airsoft guns. No doubt a controversial move. Let's bring it out there. What do you think?
Well, I think we say, well, the government ought to do this, the government ought to do that. We ought to do those things, and companies ought to do those things. So they're standing up for what they believe in and not just saying, well, the government ought to take care of this. And I think each of us should do that, should stand up for what we think is right. So I understand they don't really sell a lot of these guns, but at least it's a very brave thing they're doing.
But guns and ammo have been a big part of Walmart for a long time,
Absolutely.
and even their founders, you know, Sam Walton, he was a big proponent of like having guns, and that's he was a hunter, and I think it's huge. Dick's Sporting Goods, that was interesting, but Walmart to me is
That's even
just
bigger.
huge. I think
Yeah.
it's a
That's
game
the
changer.
base. That's the NRA.
And if you have a problem with it, I just would ask you to think, what are you really fighting for? I mean, how important is it to you to get a gun in a kid's hand
18-year-old.
before he's
Right.
20?
All right, let me be devil's
advocate. Buy
advocate.
beer.
Yeah.
Why are you giving them a gun? You can't rent a
We
car
do ask
until
you
you're
to
25.
which is annoying for the record, but we do ask you to die for your country at age 18. And I'll be very open. I'm being devil's advocate.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
well, then
mother of
they
a
should get a
teenage-
beer then.
What,
I'm just saying,
but
like,
there's
get
the
it
debate.
right.
There's the devil's advocate. If we arm you and ask you to defend our country, how can we ask you not to do it at home? Now, my mother answer inside is, well, if you want to shoot a gun that bad, go join the military. But I don't know if that's a right answer.
My
though.
answer
That's
is
the
don't
argument
send
I'm
them at
hearing.
18. Send them at 21.
Don't send
Stop
them to the
sending our
military?
babies over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those people at 18 in the military are very well trained, and they have people watching over them, watching their every move. So if somebody
the
went
same.
ballistic, they would know. There would be a commanding officer who would recognize that. We're giving these kids things to take home. At 18, I might have done some dumb things. When I was a little bit younger, one of my cousins shot me in the rear end with a BB gun.
Right.
I wish somebody had
Shouldn't
taken
laugh.
that BB
Sorry.
gun away from me.
Well, you know, I know that a lot of people that say that you can teach a child or a younger person respect if they do have access to a gun and they know how to use it, and there is a whole respect community that goes around being raised properly with a gun.
Right.
So, you know, if that all this means then is a kid can't buy it at 18, if it's that important to you to teach them respect of a gun, then you have to be there when they purchase it. This is really just, I'm hoping, preventing people from going in and getting one quickly. Any aspect that will slow down the gun
and allow some more checks and allow some more maturity.
Yeah, because in a few years this person might not even have the same ideas.
Sure.
And we're hearing the state of Florida is going to do the same thing with Governor Scott, so that's still, of course, working its way through the process. So I think it is just the beginning. All right, here's a startling statistic for parents of teenagers. 1 in 4 teens are sexting. Now, that is a new study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, so this has some credence. Researchers say, relax, it's normal. As technology becomes a given, researchers say youth sexting is an emerging and likely normal component of sexual behavior and development. Authors say it becomes a problem when it is shared non-consensually and when impulsive teenage choices live forever digitally. We thought we'd hit all the big ones today, guns, sexting. Okay, as the mother of a teenager, this mortifies me and goes against everything I'm teaching, and if 1 in 4 are doing it and I have 4 teenage boys,
somebody in your
somebody's up to trouble.
Well, when we've made the argument that, you know, well, you know, we did stupid things when we were kids and maybe, but the point is, like you say, it doesn't live on digitally, and then people can't use that as ammunition against you, which is what I would imagine this is trying.
Yeah, and it might keep you from going to college. It might keep you from getting in your choice of a college.
Nikki, how do you parent this?
Look, we're not going to change it. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's like, I'm sure there were naked Polaroids in the 70s. I don't know what to tell you. They're going to show everybody.
But you couldn't post them anywhere.
I looked to Linda.
You couldn't post them anywhere. That's fine. But you also didn't know what was happening all over the world all the time. Like, they're so saturated with information. It's not going to change. So it's back to what we were talking about a minute ago. It's back to parenting.
Parent it. So Joey and I both read a New York Times article, and we've hesitated to have an open discussion about it because it's definitely controversial. But it was about the comment of stop thinking those kids aren't also all seeing porn. Because again, because of the digital access, I can't even block things at this point.
No.
I mean, everything is available. So rather than pretend it's not happening, parent it.
Right.
Discuss the images they're seeing.
Why it's wrong, why it's bad.
Why it's not accurate, you know, all that kind of thing.
And this could feed into, you know, I don't want to bring in another fun, controversial topic, but this could also feed into that Me Too movement of explaining to your child that what you might find online in videos is not truly the way that people interact.
Or should interact. Or should interact.
If that's your idea of romance, that might not be it.
And that's the concern with sexting, that's the concern with porn. You know, they see it, but they don't understand reality. So.
And do kids understand, I mean, we can't speak for all of them, but do they understand that it's out there? Once it's out there, it's out there. You know, it's not yours anymore.
I do.
When they're older. I think it's the 12-year-olds that are hitting rock hard crazy puberty that they don't get the long-term picture. But you know, we have seniors, and so you know, our kids know that if they do something stupid like that, it's not going anywhere.
The whole world will see.
It's harder to explain this to the 12, 13, and 14-year-olds, of which I have 4.
Because that's all they've ever known.
Right.
You know, my daughter got a cell phone when she was 8 because she was on a bus stop and it freaked me out. But you know, my little one's 10. He is. I don't even.
They have access there. We don't even want to think about it. Okay, so we all know the irritation of something that looks great on the mannequin at the store, right? But then when we go try it on, not so much. Does not look the same. Well, it so happens that men experience this too. So a UK department store apparently did something about it by using a more realistic beer belly mannequin. So reactions have been mixed. Some say this is just a sad and pathetic portrait of our society. Others say it is nice that the men's department is setting realistic expectations.
Or standards.
I mean, that's what that shirt looks like on a lot of people.
That's true.
Right?
But was your immediate thought that should be a t-shirt and that should be an overlay not tucked in? That's the real question.
Or, you know what, I mean, it is helpful to teach people of different sizes, you know, that things
how to dress for your body.
That you have to
don't work.
I have a belly. I have
it's just everywhere.
Right.
It's not that size, but you know what I mean? It's important to learn that the way you tuck things in is different. I would love to see women have the same size mannequins that are a little more realistic and a little more representative.
Or maybe show you what you really look like and you don't want to get that.
Yeah, nothing worse.
Well, you don't want to go to the dressing room with it because it's just going to lead to a bad mood. Exactly.
You don't want to take home that sexy little dress and then realize, it's not. It doesn't look like that.
You know what? Reality is not always pretty. But this is reality, and this is your dose of cute for the day. 3-year-old Miller Britt, and I love her name, has been waiting and waiting to go to big girl school all day preschool. So her mom did the sign up, but the big reveal comes when the acceptance letter comes in the mail. Look at that little girl's face. She is so excited. She cannot even contain herself that the big girl school is hers to have. Imagine her thrill with college.
She's got that backpack. She is ready.
She is
so
ready
excited.
to go.
That's sweet. What a nice way to get her started on her education.
You know, and after all those conversations about guns and sexting, isn't it nice to just see the innocence of childhood?
Yes.
Till they're
I hope
first
they can
grade.
keep that.
No, we'll just keep that video on a loop.
We're going to keep that as long as we can. Don't let them grow up, parents. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, some great new exhibits at the Ringling.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update. Right now we are looking at nice conditions, 78 degrees, plenty of sunshine, and a strong south to southwest wind in advance of a cold front, which is going to bring some cooler weather our way over the weekend. The pressure 30.04 inches. That's lowering somewhat. It's still high, but it's lowering as this front approaches. You can see that heavy rainfall now causing some delays in Atlanta as well as into Mississippi and Alabama, getting some pretty heavy rainfall, but the front is weakening as it heads to the southeast as the moisture is rather limited out ahead of it. There are some showers well to our north, but not much going on here. Things are all quiet, and things are good for the big launch of the satellite Goes West. This is Goes East, and at the Cape Canaveral right now, there's an hour window beginning at 5:02 this evening. Looks as though conditions are 80% go for a launch there of the new Goes West satellite. It's called Goes S right now. More on your weather forecast for the weekend at 5. See you then.
The Ringling Museum of Art may have been founded back in 1927, but it has some very contemporary themes and exhibits this spring. Curator Christopher Jones is here to tell us what's new. Embodied Machines by Tony Dove just opened. I was over there for the opening, so tell me about that.
Sure. This is a really sort of new kind of exhibition for us, and actually it's a really kind of unique exhibition for any kind of institution. Embodied Machines looks at the work of pioneering artist Tony Dove, and she's someone who uses state-of-the-art technology in order to find new ways to present narratives to us. So it's sort of like interactive, immersive cinema. She creates these stories that she presents in ways that are often interactive so we can control what we see. She uses digital technology, motion sensing technology, even robotics in her work. So it's really quite unique. She's really been at the forefront for the past 20 years at engaging with new media and new ways to present cinema and these interactive experiences.
So she's going to be here for a performance?
She is, yeah. We have her coming for a performance of her work Spectropia, and that's next week.
Next week?
Next week.
Ooh.
So she'll be here March 9th, Friday, to present Spectropia. And it's going to be just an incredible experience.
That's cool.
Is that
right there
her?
what we're
Yeah.
looking at. Is that a hologram of some kind?
It is. She blends video and kind of live remixing for her performances. If you can imagine this, it's going to be in the museum's courtyard, which is a beautiful space. And there's going to be 3 giant projectors set up in the courtyard. And she and her collaborators are going to sort of remix Spectropia for us. And Spectropia is a really, really amazing sort of story. There's science fiction, time travel, film noir. It's the story of a woman who lives in the future, searching for her father in the past, and then getting caught up in this sort of love triangle. So it's a really complicated and fun
this is
kind of
something we have not seen before.
Something we have not seen, certainly not seen in the museum's courtyard. And so it's going to be kind of remixed live for us there. So
This kind of blows away a lot of the traditional stereotypes of an art museum.
Especially the Ringling. I mean, since the 20s.
It used to be just the old masters, just the Renaissance, and now it's cutting edge. It is cutting edge.
Absolutely. Is this a sign of where a lot of museums are going? A lot of art museums are?
Well, I think so. And I mean, we've been engaging with contemporary art really for a long time. And if you think about it, the old master paintings, the Baroque paintings in our collection, I mean, those artists were at sort of state-of-the-art artists of their time. And so we're trying to engage with artists who are really immersed in technology and presenting narrative in new ways as well. So there's sort of a tradition there. I mean, I really think we can tie into.
This sounds interesting. It's called The Dress That Eats the Soul, that's a new exhibit coming?
So The Dress That Eats Souls is part of Tony Dove's Embodied Machines.
Oh.
And it's an installation as part of that exhibition. It's the first time that this is being shown anywhere. And it's a project that she's worked on for about 3 years now. And so as you can see, there's actually a dress there that we interact with sort of one at a time. And the dress will mimic our movements and talk to us and direct us. And then there's an immersive sort of video experience that we participate in, we sort of receive. And the neat thing about that experience is that every person who goes in is going to get a unique kind of experience with the dress and see different things. So,
I've never heard of this sort of thing.
It's unique, yeah. It's a one of its kind sort of installation.
And this is sort of, we're all wondering, where is technology going? Where is television with technology going? And this sort of gives us a glimpse into the future.
Absolutely, and Tony is someone, she's an artist who's really interested in how technology affects us and how it sort of steers us and is ingrained in our culture. And so a lot of her work actually deals with that through technology, actually.
Oh, this sounds like fun. And for more information about these exhibits, go to the Ringling website, find out where, when, and how you can get tickets. Next, we're going Greek with this week's McCurdy's Comedy Headliner.
I'll be right back.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Loaded with big laughs, colorful characters, and the songs that made the 20s roar, Bullets Over Broadway is bringing musical theater back with a bang. Your attendance is requested at the Players Center for this wild Broadway musical opening February 21st. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit the website at theplayers.org. This is one Broadway show that is sure to knock 'em dead.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, March 3rd. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos. To use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC 7, we're here for you.
Well, we all know and love the My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies because Greek families have a lot of personality. Well, this week's McCurdy's Comedy Headliner has made a career out of being Greek with his Growing Up Greek in America comedy series. Welcome back to Basil.
Oh, thank you so much. And of course, you're going to have the Big Fat Greek here live, which I appreciate. Amongst all the beautiful people, let's put the schlub right in the middle. And I appreciate that, I really do.
We've been so excited that you've been coming. We've been quoting My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I was going to bring some Windex just for the occasion. But you just got back from a bunch of travels.
I just finished doing a big concert at the Palladium. I was at the Palladium.
Wow.
So
I'm impressed.
Yeah, it was real nice. You know, where the Beatles play there. So, and we did my Greek show. Now, I have two different shows. One's for the general audience that we do, like at Vegas and McCurdy's, I'm doing all week. And then on Sunday, I'm doing a little something special. Growing Up Greek in America, which is spoken like half Greek, half English. And it talks about basically what I went through as a kid in a conservative Greek home in a wide open American society, so it was a little bit different.
That's going to be a big hit because there is a very thriving Greek community here on the Suncoast.
St.
Now,
Harbor.
we have a picture of you, and I don't know if this is from.
Yes.
Help us explain.
Wait a minute.
Well, first of all,
and good shoes.
You like the shoes?
Yes.
It just sets off everything.
You have good legs.
When
That's
you have
you.
legs, legs are great.
You have good legs.
This was voted by the boys in Cell Block C as the most popular actual picture that they have seen.
You better stay away from there.
We've actually, this is a traditional fustanella, which is a, if you ever watch the guards with the kilts in England, well, we have the same thing, except those pleats, there are over 200 pleats representing 200 years of imprisonment and slavery under the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, wow.
So it's a representation of it. So I did this, it's a little bit modern. I mean, listen, my family has screwed up everything. We are dysfunctional at the best. I mean, I used to laugh when my mom would look at me, and my mother's name, believe it or not, is Rosemary. My father is Herb.
Herb and Rosemary.
So you're Basil?
Right,
Do you have any brothers?
Yeah, well, Meg, she's a nut. Yeah, but that's another story for another time. It's the craziest thing we've ever had. I mean, I had to deal with, my mom would screw up, simple things like the tooth fairy. She didn't understand the concept of putting, so I try to explain to her the day after I get emotional about this because the day after I found my mother's and father's personal check for $10. I'm not an idiot. I took the check and I said, Mom, Dad, the tooth fairy is embezzling money from you guys. So we wound up, these are some of the things that we had to go through as a kid. It's so funny. My mom and dad, God bless them, they're old. They had me late in life. My mother used to work 78 hours a week. 60 hours as a floor washer, then 2 9-hour shifts, 78 hours. And my father fell in love with her work ethic and wanted to work 96 hours because he wanted to retire, right? So I just thought it was really, I mean, why not, for God's sake?
What a romance.
Yeah, a true romantic, my friend.
One of the things that we love about My Big Fat Greek Wedding and all of that is that you don't have to be Greek. That could easily be an Italian family.
Absolutely.
That could easily be, a Latin family. And does your act have that same
Everyone has the
universal?
same great stories. That's the one beautiful part of that. Everyone has the same great stories. We had our dog, Little Zorba. Don't even question, Little Zorba. No, Little Zorba. Shush. Okay, because this is embarrassing. Okay. Little Zorba. So my father, 3 days before Easter, brings a lamb and 2 dogs. Or rather, a lamb and 2 goats, I should say. Now, I know it was a lamb and 2 goats. But my dog is thinking, oh my God, look at these dogs. One's fluffy, the other 2 dogs have horns coming. This is and they're frolicking for 3 days. On Easter, the next thing you see is the lamb and the 2 goats cooking on a spit, right? Whoa. My dog, Little Zorba, is looking at me like, ever since then, most well-behaved animal I've ever seen in my life.
We love it. Well, we are having a great time with Basil. You can too. You can see him at McCurdy's Comedy through March 4th. Through this weekend, you can go to their website for tickets and information. And that special performance
is at 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So next, we're going to tell you how to handle house guest stress, something we have a lot of here on the Suncoast.
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7. Where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Florida Studio Theater presents Native Gardens. Stately gardens and cultures clash, turning friendly neighbors into feuding adversaries. When a disagreement over a long-standing fence spirals into an all-out comedic battle of taste, privilege, and entitlement, no one comes out smelling like a rose. Critics are calling Native Gardens timeless as well as timely, smart and first-rate. Audience are calling it one of the best. Native Gardens is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help,
You got a king?
Go fish! In your face, in your face,
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in the kitchen with Chef Mike, and he's here to talk to us about easy meal prep. But Mike, I understand you have an even easier way that we can just order from you.
That's right. Go online, call us up, and we'll bring you meals. But today we're going to talk prior planning prevents poor performance.
Prior planning prevents poor performance. Wow.
That's true.
I'm going to leave that to you, or I'm going to call your
true.
service. All right, we'll join you in just a little bit. Joey?
Well, we live in a very popular place for visitors. In fact, March and April are the two busiest months of the year here. And while we love our guests, let's be real, having a house guest for too long can be a huge headache. So Terry Shapiro from Guest Wings is here to give us some house guest help. And boy, Terry, you are here just in time. So you have actually an amazing statistic about how many people actually stay with friends and family instead of a hotel.
March and April are the absolute busiest months of the whole year. Down the Suncoast, up in Tampa Bay, it actually is more like you get 55% of the people who come to visit our area stay with friends and family during these 2 months. That's more than stay in hotels.
Really?
And the numbers work out to be almost 1 million.
Wow. And when you look at maybe 1 week of guests, that's one thing, but a lot of times, I know a lot of us will have it's a revolving door of guest
you can
after
change
guest.
the beds.
Well, happily, the average visit is 5 days. So if you have
That's
guests
about
longer
enough.
than that, you're about average.
Just had 2
You're
weeks
about
and 2
average.
days.
So are there any overall, before we get into specifics, any overall keys to survival as a host?
There are 2 keys. We'll keep it very simple. So key number 1 is how do you maximize space? And key number 2 is some upfront communication.
Okay.
So in terms of space, the first thing we like to tell people about is Guest Wings, because this is a totally new idea. You can now rent a guest room and a bathroom, and it's delivered to your home. It arrives inside an iconic Airstream trailer.
This is an amazing concept. So I know a lot of us will start off thinking, well, how can I make my existing space better or make sure that we all can separate? But this is an option to extend your space. And actually, Linda had an opportunity to see the inside with you a little bit earlier. Let's take a look.
This was great fun.
Welcome, Linda. Let me show you to your guest wing.
Whoa, let's see if this is neat.
Why don't we start at the bedroom end? So this is a queen-size bed, and when we bring it to you, it will be made up just like this. So we do our best to have it be fully loaded like it's a little hotel room.
Got a TV?
Got a TV, which will also, I'll show you, swing around. So if you wanted to watch it from the dinette, you can do that as well. Lots of storage here. There's a digital thermostat right behind you. If you're going to get a guest wing in Florida, you definitely want one that comes with air conditioning.
Yes.
And then you're also standing in front of one of the closets.
There it is. Oh, look at that. It's very deep. This has got everything, because I honestly could get all the clothes I travel with in there.
Then you are a good traveler, for sure. So this is a microwave and a convection. The refrigerator, actually, if you want to open it, you can, but it also has a freezer on the inside.
Oh, look at that.
The dinette area is super comfortable. This table swivels, but it also goes down and converts into an oversized twin bed. So we actually can sleep 2 adults, 2 kids. We've actually had, a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old, or a third adult, and it's very comfortable that way.
Can I get in the bathroom? Can I get in the shower? Because they're very small sometimes.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised. Let me show you.
Oh my! Wow, plenty of room in the, and here's the shower. Okay, this is a test.
You got it.
This is very roomy.
It's surprisingly roomy.
It is, because I've been in some that were like this. You hold your arms down by your side.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Oh, this is great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
I'm coming to visit you.
All right. All right.
Oh, Terry, you might now have a house guest now with Linda.
I would
and
love
you bring
that.
it to us, so you bring the room to us.
We do. We like to think we do all the work. We do all the setup, and if we brought it, we wash it. So you don't have to do the cleanup.
That is
so when
priceless.
your guests leave, we come and we take it, and then we handle the mess.
You know why I love this? Because I know a lot of people are downsizing their homes.
That's
so the
right.
idea of having an extra room and bathroom isn't very practical outside of those 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect solution. Now, I know some people maybe they don't have that kind of backyard room, or that might not be an option. So with our existing space in our home, you have some great tips that can help. The first one has to do with clutter.
Right. So, and they write about this in Psychology Today and everything else. Clutter brings stress. So what you want to do is, in order to maximize space, you want to minimize clutter. One of the simplest things you can do that drives me crazy is when I have guests, if their suitcases are all over the floor, that means someone is stepping around them. So it's as simple as make space in the closet, and if you want to come across a little Martha Stewart-y, put in some inexpensive but matching hangers instead of the ones that are the wire hangers. And
that was a great visual.
Okay.
That, unfortunately, that's what my side of the closet looks like, is those mismatch hangers.
$3.99 at Target to get those hangers.
Oh, nice. For the bathroom now, you have a great tip. I love this. These little clips that you can purchase, at any, home store or anything. These are great to identify towels.
Because towels also are clutter. Towels are also clutter.
Yes.
So you can color code it. Each guest becomes red, green, orange. You could match that up with the wine rings that go around for the week. So you're red for the week. You are red for the week. It's done.
This is a great idea, because some of our house guests have got very creative of where they're hanging their towels. They know it's theirs.
Or I end up washing them every time somebody uses them.
Exactly.
And that's a good mom tip.
It's a good
I agree,
mom tip.
multiple kids.
And even those over-the-door towel racks in the guest room. So they have a place to hang the wet
And that can
towels.
always come back down. I love this as a great way to kick off their visit, a welcome basket.
Well, and I love the welcome basket, and truthfully, I have a hidden agenda, and the hidden agenda is, I don't know about you, but I tend to spend a lot of money on my hair care products. I have a really expensive shampoo, and I don't necessarily want to share it. Thank you. It's the secret, right?
Great.
So if we're offering their own little set of shampoo, conditioner, and etc., well, perhaps that's a little easier to hide your own order.
That's a great idea. And also, you can customize this to local products, which will be a nice place for them to visit.
What a great
idea.
idea,
You might want to
Joey.
go. Well, anything that we can do to get them out of the house for a little while is key. Now, I want to jump to what Stephanie has here about the providing house info.
And their preferences
And
as well.
it is about, it's about communication. So the most important thing you can do is before the visit, have a phone call and talk about what the calendar is going to look like, and be sure that if you have some conflicts or you want to have some conflict, let people know that in advance and just say, look, on this day and this day, we can't hang with you, but I'll make sure you've got lots of great things that you guys can do. So you've set expectations. That's critical.
And then after you have had that conversation, you can give them this nice welcome letter in a welcome house info with the Wi-Fi I see, and where things work, the television, which would take a 2-hour conversation in our house.
Exactly, exactly, and where they can find food and beverages, and who to tell if we're out. Let's and to wear sunscreen. Must wear
Very
sunscreen
important.
during March and April.
These are great tips, thank you. And we are still hung up on the guest wing. So whether you have a house guest in your home or if you want to extend your space, if you'd like to know more information about a mobile guest suite, which I know we all do, you can go to guestwings.com. Thank you so much, Terry. Great info. And coming up next, we'll tell you about a free, fun family event in downtown Bradenton. You can even include this on your welcome kit.
Oh, yeah.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Fortunately, this was my first job out of college, so I was able to come back home and work in my hometown. I wore 2 hats. I was sports director and I was a news anchor. I did that for a few years and then decided to go full-time into news. Well, I love our team here at ABC7. We have a great mix, and it really is a great mix of personalities, of experience that meshes really well into a really strong team. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on for the top of the hour. Local gun shop owners say they have seen a spike in gun sales in recent weeks. An attorney tells us a possible reason for that rise, and how Uber can help get you to your doctor's appointments on the provider's dime. Let's get another check on the weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Thanks, Scott. A breezy day today. Winds out of the south-southwest right now at 17 miles an hour, 78 degrees the current temp, well above average, and the dew point is at 71. That's riding high, and the cold front is on time. It's due to arrive here. It looks like Friday morning, bringing with it a chance for a few showers, but more importantly, some cooler weather expected to move on in over the weekend. Right now, no rain around here. We are watching the weather over at Cape Canaveral. They're expecting the launch to take place, and just after 5 o'clock, 5:02 this evening for the GOES satellite, GOES-S satellite at 5:02. The window's 1 hour, more at 5.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
There is a lot going on in downtown Bradenton, but it is really going to get slammed this weekend with Art Slam. Holly Eisman from Realize Bradenton and Yvonne Perez from Inspiration Academy are here to tell us all about it. All right, Holly, what is Art Slam?
So Art Slam is an interactive art event. So we have 28 teams of creatives. These are students as well as professional artists, and they are bringing interactive art installations and experiences to downtown Bradenton. So it's a day of art and fun and inspiration. It's really wonderful.
And this is really about the creative kids in Manatee County. Tell us about how you're working with the schools.
Yes, so half of the teams are actually students. And we have, so it's 12 different schools that we're working with. There's a whole proposal process. I work with the teachers in the beginning of the school year, and they actually put it into their curriculum. So these students are coming up with a proposal, a budget, they're learning teamwork, and they're able to put their projects together and then see how the community reacts to what they've been working so hard on.
And Yvonne, you're from one of the schools, so
I am.
Let's start by telling us what Inspiration Academy is.
Well, Inspiration Academy is a hidden treasure in West Bradenton, and that was part of how we came up with our proposal, was that we wanted people to know that not only we want to celebrate art, but that IA, Inspiration Academy, rocks. So that's what we're going to be doing Saturday. We're going to be rocking. We have our worship team, which is instrumentalists and vocalists, and they will be performing all day. A little bit of contemporary Christian, a little bit of jazz thrown in. They're just going to be singing and playing all day. And then we're also going to be having a make it and take it for the community. So the kids, and believe it or not, a lot of the adults have more fun than the kids do. They'll be able to come to our tent and make rocks. And they're going to hand paint them, but we have a mission behind it. We've established a Facebook page, an IA Rocks Facebook page. The whole idea is to create them, hide them, and photograph them on our IA Rocks Facebook page, but also with a word of encouragement. We want to let encouragement be infectious
Like that one says,
in the best way.
So rocking in the music, and then literally rocking
Literally
with art.
rocking artistically as well.
It's just nice to get everybody involved in the procedure of, you know, interactive art and music. But Holly, I think getting people involved in Bradenton. You know, there's so much great stuff downtown. How do events like this encourage people to come and also inspire that sense of community?
So we have between 12 and 14,000 people attend Art Slam every year. This is actually our 9th Art Slam event. So it brings people downtown to see the farmers market, check out the local restaurants. It's a great downtown. I mean, those of you, anyone who's been knows that there's just something friendly and warm and welcoming and nice about it. So it brings people downtown, shows them what we have to offer, and then of course people are, you know, spending money and buying lunch, and then they come back. So we've actually done research every year. We have a survey every year, and it shows that most of the people who come end up coming back. So,
because it becomes home.
Yeah.
This becomes your hometown,
Yes,
and this is the center of it.
Exactly. So of course there are always going to be people who are just popping into the area for the day and don't have any plans of returning, but once they've seen it, they're like, you know, we need to come back. We need to check out this farmers market again.
Or Village of the Arts is walkable.
Village of the Arts, there's so many wonderful
And the young people that
restaurants.
participated also says, hey, you're in a community that cares about art and will support you should you decide to stay.
Exactly, absolutely. It's very inspiring.
Okay, this is a free, fun family event, a great way to spend a Saturday, and the weather is supposed to be picture perfect. We're cooling off for the weekend, so head on to Old Main Street in Bradenton. It's Saturday, March 3rd, and enjoy Art Slam and get involved with our area. You can find more details on their website. Coming up next, we're going to talk about another weekend event with some big horses.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
no matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
A great thing you can do in our area that a lot of people don't even realize, you can see Herman's Royal Lipizzan Stallions. These horses are absolutely amazing. They became famous from a Disney movie. They were once only owned by kings. And actually, they practice every Thursday and Friday at 3 p.m. and Saturday at 10 a.m. out in Mayaca. But there's a special event this weekend that is a tribute to Colonel Herman. It is March 4th. The Stallions will be performing. They are stunning. Linda, I know you've seen them numerous times.
Oh, they are amazing. And they perform airs above the ground. They can leap into the air, all feet off the ground, and kick backwards. This was in the days of sword fighting, so they could defend their rider and their king. And you can go out there on Sunday at 4 o'clock. It is going to be an awesome show and raise money for the old Mayaca Schoolhouse.
Oh, which is great. So horse lovers, you don't want to miss this. Look up the Lipizzan Stallions and head out there to enjoy them. We are headed to the kitchen after this.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. This is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. FDOT is hosting a community meeting about new roundabouts in Sarasota where you can voice your opinions on that construction. And taking a quick look at our first alert traffic right now, we are seeing a lot of backups on the DeSoto and Green Bridges in Manatee County. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Right now we're watching the weather conditions on the East Coast for the launch of the GOES S, which is happening in less than 15 minutes at Cape Canaveral. We are expecting to launch at 5:02. There's a window for about an hour, and then another one tomorrow, same time. And you can see some low clouds around that could inhibit and possibly postpone that launch. We'll see. Right now here, 78. We have some breezy conditions, south to southwest winds at 17, and the pressure 30.04 inches on the barometer. Cold front due to arrive on Friday, bringing with it a chance for showers and much cooler weather for the weekend. Details on that at 5.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
My life motto is keep moving.
And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Coming up Friday at 4 on Suncoast View, the colors of Andy Warhol come alive in nature. We'll take a trip to Selby Botanical Gardens to experience the new Flowers in the Factory display. They say putting is for the dough on the golf course, so we will work on our short game with the new putting trainer, plus a rock-based Suncoast music school. And Blue Mangrove Grill joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're in the kitchen with Chef Mike from 941 Organics, and it looks like my life could be very, very easy.
I love this.
For everything you have going on right now.
We can simplify your life. You know, if you're busy and you got kids and you need some extra time back, you know, you could spend some time on Pinterest when you're laying in bed.
Yes.
Pick out some meals and go, I want to try this, I want to try that. Put it all together on a Sunday night and you're good to go for a week.
That's great. We hear about the importance of meal prep, but again, a lot of us just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Or I made the mistake of doing the mason jars, and I put the dressing on the top,
Dressing
and
on the
all
bottom.
my things were
Wet stuff on the bottom.
Yes. Okay. So where do we begin?
Well, you know, on your Sunday night, you can make batches of rice, you can make your chicken or your meatloaf, and you can freeze it, and then pull them out, you know, weeks later and go, I want meatloaf this week, because you can make a big one.
Right.
Oh, right.
So cook, bulk, and freeze.
Cook bulk, or you could buy some nice stuff at a store or from me, and you know, you have it ready to go, and you can divvy that up so you can follow your diet, you can stick to your meal plan, and achieve whatever results you're trying to.
Do you find it best to work in glass?
I love these because they have a nice lid that goes on top. They stay fresh for a week. And,
so better than the cheap plastic ones.
Oh yeah, way better. It's high quality.
Okay.
It's all about treating ourselves nice.
All right, so you're going to assemble a meal for Nikki.
Yes, what does Nikki want? What would you want?
Nikki? I kind of love everything that's happening on this row.
We'll shove it over.
So she likes beans, she likes rice.
Yes, this looks like very organic Chipotle-esque.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Everybody loves that.
So make her a bean bowl.
So, yeah, all right, let's do a bean bowl. We can do some rice.
Okay.
There you go. Do some rice.
Do you typically do it everything to the side or layer it?
However you want to do it. Maybe you like your beans and rice mixed together. Maybe you like to pick at them separately. That's the beauty, is that you can design it however you want.
Does rice freeze okay?
Rice freezes okay.
What about pasta?
Pasta,
not so much, right?
Meat freezes well.
Okay, so better to freeze the meats and maybe whip up a side that evening. This is why I don't prep, is because I don't know what keeps well. Let's go have a meat chat then. If I make meatloaf on a Sunday night, how long can I keep that in my fridge?
You could maybe cut it in half, freeze it, and then if you're in good containers and your fridge isn't getting opened and closed a lot, you can keep it for a week.
Okay,
Oh, nice.
all right.
Now I have a question. The way that as we assemble, I will usually try to take my meal in the morning so I can heat it up in the middle of the day. Does it matter what's touching or where everything is? Do you need space between things?
I would keep cold stuff different than hot
container.
stuff. Yeah, or you know, separate it. Get yourself a paper plate. We got some little cups too if you want some sauce.
Oh, that's what I
There you go. That always helps.
Yeah.
All right.
So do you freeze this just freeze the sauce?
Sure.
Can you freeze it in the little cups? Is that what we do?
That would work. That would work. And then you can pop them out and you can just have everything
All right.
stocked.
I want you to make me one. So grab a container
what do you
over
want?
there.
What do you want?
Let's work on this side.
Let's
because
do a
I
nice
see,
salad.
Yeah, make me a salad.
Okay.
So if I were to order from you,
That's it. Yes.
I want to see what I'm going to get here.
You want to see what we're all
Yeah,
about?
I want to see what you're all about here.
Okay,
Because
all right.
is that a smoked salmon I see?
There we go. Some organic romaine lettuce, of course. You got to have smoked salmon and
I've been picking at the chickpeas.
very right. Yes, the smoky, crunchy chickpeas is always
all right,
good.
so a little crunch, a little
That's
protein.
it.
I mean, meal prep does look easier when you're doing it.
It does look so much easier.
It looks easier when you're doing it.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. It's not bad.
And then what did you make
Got a
here?
little cheese. That's a nice Asian butternut noodle salad.
Oh.
With some cabbage.
That looks
and
amazing.
This could be the meal right here.
Right, Joey and I are going to
That
arm
is.
wrestle for that one.
That's a great meal with mung beans, and we do vegan food, keto diet. We do it all.
And that's some hummus?
Yes, some hummus, little hummus. So you got your protein and you got your veggies, and then you pick one of your dressings you got frozen, and you're good to go.
And dressing on the side always, right? Because if it sits for a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna get
made
soggy.
that mistake.
Yes. All right. So this is what we all strive to do, and may or may not actually be making it happening at our home. So prep is key, and Chef Mike is there to actually help you prep. So check out 941 Organics. You can order portions of a meal prep, or you can get the whole thing delivered if that is your key. Or he'll just have advice on the website on how to do things at home. So some great ideas to remember how to eat healthy and get it done so that we aren't doing carry out on weeknights, which I am very guilty of. All right, Nikki, great to have you here. Chef Mike, it's a good reminder that we can do this.
Don't get burned.
You got it. Yeah, and Joey's already eating my lunch and dinner.
That's all yours.
All right. Thanks for joining us today, and take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.